We've got some breaking news to tell you about right now.
This is a high-speed chase along I-35 northbound. Bob Moore, Chopper 4, and John Welsh above the scene. Bring us up to speed. What's happening here right now?
Yeah, guys, right now we're showing you this is it's a U-Haul truck that with their police are in pursuit with. They're in I-35 northbound. They're fixing to exit right there on 44 West, kind of heading back towards the Cowboy Hall of Fame and Broadway Extension. Air 1 is over the scene. We believe that this chase has something to do with an incident that was that happened last night here. We're not exactly sure at this time. We do know that it's went all the way from downtown. They came up I-40. I-35. Now they're on 44 headed back towards Broadway Extension. Luckily, Air 1 is overhead and they're calling the pursuit, so they've let the actual police cars back away a little bit so they're not putting everybody in jeopardy, which has actually slowed him down a little bit. But again, he's fixing to cross the intersection here of Martin Luther King. There are police underneath the overpass if he's going to exit. He's past his exit, as you can see. So he's going to continue here westbound. Is going to go just south of the Cowboy Hall of Fame as he continues west on 44. He's kind of went on the shoulder, passing people on the median. He's kind of really all over the road, and his speeds have really kind of varied a lot. Now he's actually going pretty quick. When he was coming up north trying to figure out what he was going to do on 35, he was actually going pretty slow at the pace of traffic here, guys.
He's about to run into some serious rush hour traffic as he heads up toward the Broadway Extension. John, based on your airspeed, can you give us an indication about how fast he may be traveling?
Yeah, Lance, right now we're doing about 80, and he's kind of pacing us. So I would say somewhere in the 80-mile-an-hour range. When he was coming north on I-35, I would say he's probably 65, 70, but I'd say now, somewhere, just guessing, probably 80 to 90 at this point. He's actually picked his speed up just a little bit here, guys.
He's definitely moving along quite a bit, weaving in and out of traffic. As we said, this is the rush hour, so there will be a lot of cars on the road here very shortly. I see a lot of brake lights. What's up ahead?
Yeah, it almost looks like he's moving off the road.
It is. What he's coming up to right now is the Broadway Extension, where you actually, you either go north or south, 235 or Broadway. And as you can see, he's going to go north on Broadway Extension. He's passing cars around the shoulder, so he's fixing to come up here on 63rd, looking north farther than the camera can see. 63rd or Broadway Extension is pretty far open, and I can see to about Hefner, 122nd Hefner area, and it's pretty clear. So I'm assuming that as soon as he goes underneath the underpass here at 63rd, he's probably going to open it back up and accelerate pretty rapidly. Yeah, heading northbound now on the Broadway Extension into Edmond. Traffic is about to become pretty tight as we get up here near Wilshire and Hefner 122nd. Boy, this is a white-knuckle ride right here. He's coming in and out of traffic, and I'll tell you what, this is a bad scene about to unfold if police don't get this under control real soon. Yeah, guys, right now, so as you can see, he's on the inbound lane shoulder, still heading north. He's in between 63rd and Wilshire, coming up on Wilshire. It doesn't appear that he's going to try and exit left or right at this time, so obviously he's just past his exit at Wilshire, so the only other place he's going to have a chance to get off here is Britain if he chooses to do that, and he'll be pushed off to the right. I'm kind of looking around and I'm seeing police cars on the shoulder, kind of taking the side roads in case he does decide to get off. Like I said, Air 1 is still overhead, and they have they're calling the pursuit and keeping eyes on him, which is really keeping everybody else safe, because it's allowing police not to have the presence in his rearview mirror, which usually causes the guys to speed up a little bit more. So he just passed the Britain exit. He's going to head north. We do have a police officer that is north of this scene. He's getting on Broadway Extension here from Britain Road. You'll see him here in just a second. I don't know if they're going to try and spike him or if they're going to actually start a ground pursuit from here. So we'll see how it goes, guys. If you're just joining us, you're watching a high-speed chase live here on News Channel 4. This began about 15 minutes ago. This is one of those U-Haul rental trucks trying to elude police. It started on I-35 northbound. It has since went 44 and now is on the Broadway Extension northbound around Britain Road, and that truck is moving along, John said, at speeds in excess of 80, 90 miles per hour, and it's about to run into some serious traffic as things as we launch into the rush hour.
As we're watching, it looks like he's already coming up on some traffic, and he is passing on both the right and the left at a really high rate of speed. And as you were saying,
no, he's fixing to cross Hefner, the bridge there at Hefner, and looking from Hefner north. there's brake lights all the way to about 33rd Street. So this is where it could get dangerous here, because if he's desperate, obviously, he's going to want to get away. So you can see the heavy congestion. It just continues to get worse. Obviously, the exit onto Hefner's clogged up. He's not going to be able to take that. He's probably going to have to take this, and he could maybe get on the turnpike and head back west if he wanted, but he's going to have to cut across a lot of traffic here. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. But from here north, he's going to either have to get off on the side road, or he's going to really get slowed down just due to the heavy congestion here coming, well, at least leading from south of 33rd.
Yeah,
south
this is just about the worst case
Broadway.
scenario for a time for a high-speed chase. And as far as areas of the city, this is probably one of the most congested. It looks like, well, he continues to weave in and out. Have we passed the entrance to the turnpike yet, John?
Yeah, we have passed. Now we're crossing, the Bob Moore car dealerships and everything here on the east side of the road.
There's going to
so we're coming up, I guess, about Memorial here, guys.
And that's an area that's under construction right now, so there's probably going to be a lot of congestion right up here where
Sure,
he's headed.
it's going to come to a standstill if he continues to go northbound at 33rd and Broadway. It is down to one lane, I believe, in the northbound lanes right there. Although he continues to stay on the median, it looks like. And
yep, he's standing.
I'm wondering if
That's right. We're getting ready. We just crossed Britton. That's Britton and Broadway. Still northbound Broadway extension, just past Britton now. You can see him weaving in and out of traffic, taking the shoulder. I would say he's traveling about 70, 80 miles an hour right now. Probably now accelerating even faster than that as he gets on the inside lane here going northbound on Broadway extension. Like I said, you can tell when they're driving like that, they have no concern for people on or property on the ground. So there's a good suggestion there, Kelly, that if people have cell phone contact with people that they know that are on Broadway extension coming up to the Edmond area, just to get over if they see lights or they see this truck, get over and get out of the way, because this person's not wanting to stop for anything. So as we get up here further, we got traffic coming off at 122nd that's backed up the ramp here. So I don't know, it's all kind of going to slow down here, Kelly, right here at 122nd. It always gets really congested right here off Broadway extension, getting off on the 122nd ramp here. He's staying on the inside shoulder, still traveling at a high rate of speed. He's still doing at least 70 miles an hour as we come around the curve here, kind of slight curve to the right. And you'll see the 122nd off ramp here.
I don't know, just across the street from there's a, what's that, Discount Tire, and then I think a Mathis Sleep Studio that's just there. Now he's going through the parking lot here. Just basically looking for a way to get, looking for a place to get away at.
Sure, there are not too many roads going in and out of that area. In fact, I think it might be one way in, one way out at that particular location. So if he tries to go back northbound, it's going to be traffic completely snarled right there. Looks like the other traffic is
it
being
is, and we do have a lot of
letting
police
him in.
officers. We have a handful of police officers here at Broadway and 33rd, just kind of on the side road. So if he does decide to take one of those, he should be able to get caught pretty quickly.
Sure,
but
I would
as you can
suspect
see,
Edmond PD is joining in this as well as they enter their jurisdiction. I would suspect OHP. I also saw some Oklahoma City police officers as well. John, this is now become a multi-jurisdictional pursuit. We can't say high-speed chase anymore, though. Probably going at about 2 miles an hour, it looks like.
A low-speed crawl right now.
Yeah.
Trying to get through all that traffic.
It is.
Now he's at a stop.
That is definitely it. He stopped at this point. There's Edmond police coming north on.
And the door's opening, John.
Broadway
Looks like he's
extension.
about to, well, he was thinking about ditching the vehicle there for a second. Nowhere to run right here. Well, there he goes. When you think it's over, it's on again.
That's exactly right. There's 5 or 6 police cars that are converging on him quickly at this point. I think this is hopefully probably going to be over right here, guys.
It looks like it. Is there any way to pull back just a little bit, John, so we can see what else is going on in the surrounding area? He's not going to give up without a
Steve's
fight,
zooming out
though.
right now, but you should be able to see coming in the right side of the screen. There's a handful of police officers that are working their way that way, which is
Sure.
probably.
There
I know
what is
where you're at
now
right now.
a
Okay, this is near
little sped
O'Reilly's,
up.
and for those who know the area, there's an Outback Steakhouse there and a Chili's as well. Well, he opened up the door again,
Yeah,
thinking
he
he's going to
opened the
bail
door.
out, and he's off again. Looks like he's going to head back down to the southbound lanes and try to make a move that way. There he goes.
Yeah, that's what it is right there. And there's several police officers still heading north, and obviously there's a lot coming south. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get him stopped right there, but luckily nothing tragic happened, and his rush to get out of there.
Well, yeah, this is one of those things where police are doing their due diligence. They don't want anybody to get injured in rush hour commute, and obviously you want to give this guy a little space because he's clearly not in his right mind right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's really picking
as he
up the
continues
pace
to
right
elude
now,
police.
too.
Yeah.
Going up southbound.
And that's one of those unmarked, I believe,
Yeah,
right there behind him, right, John? That silver vehicle.
It is, and did you see early when he very first came up on him, he had his lights on, and of course the guy sped up, so he turned his lights off, pulled back. Air One's right over the top of him, so hopefully he'll look back in his rearview mirror and won't see the police there and slow his speed back down like he's been doing, because Air One's doing a great job calling the pursuit, and obviously with a couple news choppers up here, Air One, he's not getting away, so.
Yeah, we've been covering these, John, for years and years, and I don't think I've ever seen one end in a positive fashion for the bad guys. So
And that makes you wonder what people are thinking when they're doing something like this and putting so many lives in danger. I mean, do they think they're actually going to get away? Because they're always caught.
They must
Yeah, I
think
don't
they're
know.
going to
I'm
get
gonna
away,
tell
but
you, though,
it always
I'm
ends.
doing about
ends
108
poorly,
miles
yeah.
an hour, and he's leaving us, guys.
Wow.
So he's moving along right now at a pretty good clip. What's up ahead, John? Are there some troopers on the side of the roadway? This is one of those cases where they might try one of those tactical maneuvers that we've seen before, or they can put those stop strips out there and hopefully flatten the tires and get them to slow down that way.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on those and tell if they're OHP units or Oklahoma City units? That getting away is not an option. Right, we just crossed Britain just now. We're now past Britain, and we're still southbound Broadway Extension, just past Britain. We're getting more OHP units behind him, and traffic still looking pretty light up in front. So, yeah, it's OHP, Kelly. OHP has taken over this pursuit, I believe, coming southbound Broadway. We're just passing, we're going to be coming up passing Wilshire Boulevard, southbound Broadway. So again, he's probably traveling about, I would say probably about 85, 90 miles an hour right now. He's not gone on it like he did earlier on I-44 where he just really opened it up. He's more or less keeping a steady speed going southbound here. But like I said, he's got pretty much of an open road coming southbound. We're going to be coming up to that Broadway Extension 44 interchange here in probably about a half mile. So we'll see what he does here, whether he's going to go a different direction or he's going to stay southbound here. Yep, so he just passed the off-ramp, so he's staying southbound at this point. Yeah, and Kelly, now we're running up into traffic again as we get up here probably around northeast 36. Traffic is dead stop. Traffic is dead stop at northeast 36, coming southbound on 235 here, coming up to northeast 36. I can see more units coming up northbound lanes. That's right, we're coming up on the 50th Street underpass. Now just we cross underneath that underpass, probably about another mile, Kelly and Robin, we're going to come dead stop traffic here. So the only thing really the option has is to get off the ramp here at Northeast 36th is about his only option. Oh, they're okay. They're trapping him. They're
Passing 50th, still southbound on Broadway.
Okay.
Passing 50th, still south. Here we
He
go.
stopped.
Still
They
southbound.
got him
Oh,
stopped.
just got him stopped. Looks like they
Gunpoint,
just
got his
got
hands
him.
up.
All right, John, we've reestablished signals. Bring us up to speed. The guns are drawn by the officers, and they are moving in.
Yeah, guns are drawn. I think what happened is he just continued to come down south, and as you can see, well, you really can't see from our shot, it is a parking lot just from back the Dallas Junction all the way back north, and I think he came around the corner and saw that his only chance was going to be to either exit onto 36th Street or, you know, just pretty much give it up. And luckily, he did the smart thing and gave it up here. You know, you see a handful of police officers there, troopers, as well as some Oklahoma City undercover in Edmond, I believe, that were in pursuit of him. So luckily this came to a safe ending without anything drastic happening. And, you know, really looking at what could have happened, it could have been a lot worse. Police, I think, did a good job of backing off, using Air One, one of their assets, to allow him to slow down. And, you know, kind of a smart move on his chance, because when he came around the corner, he saw pretty much a big stream of red lights, you know, stemming from Dallas Junction all the way back north, and just decided, you know, hey, I'm going to take my chance, I'm going to give it up.
That picture tells the whole story right there. Police were not going to give up on this guy. But, John, this was textbook in their apprehension of the suspect. Also, we understand a passenger in that truck being arrested as well.
Yes, sorry, say again, Lance?
I'm saying that we believe that there's a passenger also in that truck that they are either questioning or arresting as well. There were two people inside the vehicle.
Yeah, that's what we're being told at this time, just by Phil at the desk. And you can see right there on the passenger side, it appears maybe somebody's in an orange suit that's on the passenger side. And then, you know, you see the driver right there with police. So it appears that the vehicle had two occupants in there. It was kind of hard to see, you know, as fast as they were moving around, how many people were in there. But if you guys are fixing to leave work, or you're heading southbound or headed south, you know, coming in towards the city, obviously find a new route, because right now they have southbound, well, I guess this is Broadway or 235, whatever you want to call it, right here, completely stopped, as you can see. 3 lanes of traffic. There's 4 rows of cop cars there. So the traffic is fixing to get backed up here. We're getting a lot of traffic that's also backed up, headed northbound right here, pretty much underneath the bridge at 50th. So if you're fixing to leave work or something, just go ahead, or you know somebody that's leaving, just go ahead and find a new route, because this is going to be clogged up here for about the next, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 minutes. But as you can see, they do have the suspect in custody. Luckily, he was arrested without incident, so that's good news. But the bad news here for everybody else fixing to leave work is going to be this traffic nightmare that's going to last for a little bit.
A textbook arrest by local law enforcement to bring this high-speed pursuit to a peaceful resolution. And again, as John mentioned, that's an area to avoid for the next hour or so as they get the car towed away, clean up all the law enforcement, and get traffic flowing smoothly once again. We appreciate you watching our continuing coverage. We will send it now to NBC Nightly News. Look for more on this story coming up at our 6 o'clock hour. We're back in about 19 minutes. Keep it here, friends.